Alrighty, we are back, and today I bring you some pretty interesting news which highlights that Steel City have been keeping themselves busy under wraps. Yes, with all our complaints regarding network issues, online cheaters, and exploits, Steel City have been taking notes. And well, they haven't fixed network connections, and they haven't fixed cheaters either. However, Steel City are introducing a career mode, as well as the character creator mode they showcased many moons ago. So let's take a deep dive and analyze the footage and information provided by the Steel City team. And I'll be offering my thoughts at the end of the video too. We begin with the career mode. So according to Steel City, we have two options here. We can either select an existing professional boxer currently residing in the Undisputed roster, or we can create our own. Now, from what I can see, the career mode does seem to be quite robust in regards to what goes on behind the scenes. For example, you can hire a coach, a cutman, and a manager, which it seems all tied into managing and balancing your finances. You'll have to consider things like fighter insurance, staff costs, and consider how these costs impact your estimated purse cut. As you can see on screen, there's mention of fame gained as well as fight promotions, which suggests that you have the option to take part in social media activities, which I'll assume in turn will up your purse as well. On the lead up to the fight, Undisputed will also offer a training mode. Training activities include having access to a punch bag, a speed bag, jump rope, sparring, yoga, as well as dietary changes. Now, in regards to the actual fight, apparently your coaches play a large role in offering you guidance each round, which suggests each opponent you face will have a distinct style which you'll need to figure out, and you'll be competing and climbing the ranks in order to attain the WBO, the WBC, the IBF, and of course a nod to Steel City, the SCI belt. Now remember guys, I'm going to be offering you my thoughts at the end of the video. However, let's discuss the feature we've all been waiting for. Mike Tyson mode, Floyd Mayweather mode. Yes, we can finally create our own characters. Now there isn't much footage and it's been sped up, so I'm going to slow it down. As you can see, we have all the rudimentary aspects we'd expect from a character create mode, but the key feature that stands out to me is body fat, which I think you'd agree the placement of the fat around the neck and the chest is very nicely done. We also have access to more nuanced controls, allowing us to define the facial structure of our fighter with precise accuracy, which again means the ability to hopefully create a pinpoint accurate replica of your favorite fighter, celebrity, family member, or even yourself. Steel City, of course, are fully aware you plan on creating Mike Tyson, and they demonstrate the ability to not only place a tattoo but rotate, scale, and include secondary and tertiary colors. Within the punch set category, we'll have the option to choose our stance, our blocking style, and most importantly, our fighting style based on the current roster in the game. Now, I can't tell what all the icons represent. However, I do know a download button when I see one, which means most likely we will have the ability to share our newly created fighter, which, let's face it, this will be our loophole to play as unlicensed fighters in the game. So what are my thoughts? Well, let's start with the campaign. Now, I've been under the impression that the shareholders of Steel City, they're looking to appeal to a casual audience. And if I were going to be completely honest, Fight Night Champion, I believe, was the blueprint to follow. Of course, this is just a beta release offering the fundamentals. But to elaborate on my expectations, I expected a storyline to capture the imagination of the casual audience. The ability to play as siblings, male and female, who had to deal with the obstacles and hardships growing up in Steel City, which is the area of Sheffield, if you did not know, home to multiple champions, including Nassim Hamed, Johnny Nelson, Kell Brook, and the legend himself, Tyan Booth. Now, a boxing campaign simulation, I think, is fantastic for hardcore fans of the sport. However, for casuals, it might not be all that engaging. That's just an honest criticism, but let me know in the comment sections if you disagree or agree. Another thing worth considering, if for example you choose to play through the campaign as Roy Jones Jr., will he have the ability to choose an American coach, cutman, and manager? Or will every fighter follow the same limited starting path? Who knows? I personally don't really care, because I'm only gonna play the campaign, just like many of you, if the AI is any good. The AI is the bread and butter of the campaign. If I'm climbing the ranks and I end up facing a legendary fighter, I want to feel like I'm facing a legendary fighter, and the AI in its current release, respectfully, isn't quite there yet. However, I'd expect many of the fighters are probably being refined as I speak. Now, when this gets released, Steel City will end up receiving a ton of player feedback, and my concern is they will once again be overwhelmed, meaning meaning the 3 requests, network stability, online cheating, and better balancing may end up being on hold. I'm going to offer my humble opinion. You don't want to end up with a game where every single feature is half-baked. At least one aspect of the game needs to keep your player base hooked. And if the AI isn't there and online play isn't there, Blade said it best. You're going to be ice skating uphill. Online play is on the brink of being fantastic. Please fix online play. Hopefully Steel City's external team are making progress with those online fixes, and the AI for the campaign game somewhat meet the expectations of the player base it seems Steel City have prioritized. Either way, a huge win, finally releasing that Create a Fighter mode, and as a 3D artist myself, I will have a lot of fun creating my own version of the legend himself, Tyan Booth. Have a great weekend and be safe.